All right, we are going to do some recording today, some tracking, I'm calling it. And on Free Falling, I did a live on this today. It's a student that it's a student. It's a song that I teach all my students right away when they want to learn piano. Some bare bones, some basics to it, but it fits the song so well. Now, before I even get started, I screwed up in the last live and I said Ben Mott Tench, which is the piano player for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This was Jeff Lynne. I sat outside the minute I was done playing. I went, it was Jeff Lynne. Jeff Lynne played piano on this song. So anyway, these will be lesson videos that I'll probably release in the next couple of weeks. Loop videos. It's kind of the way that I like to practice, and I know other people are the same. Like, you want a couple different runs through of the passage at different tempos, and just kind of warm up on it. So first off, we're going to do a simplified version of this. And yeah, if you guys want to help support the channel, or if you have any questions and comments, leave them. I'm checking the chat as I'm doing these because it kind of makes it a little bit more fun for me. And even doing these in a live format is more fun than me slaving away and spending 2 hours on something and then getting nothing done and then having to redo it. It's more fun to do these live and get some feedback and learn a little bit and grow. So I've never done a piano one of these before. I'm not a great piano player. Taught a lot of piano lessons. You might wonder about that at some point. So I was one of those people who had to work a little bit harder or work on the piano just before I went to go teach a lesson. Guitar was always that way for me, and then you just work ahead of your student. So, okay. Anyway, simplified version, and it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And so it's a 2-measure riff, and we're going to play that riff 4 times, so it'll be a total of 8 measures. So the first one we're going to do is 60 BPM. Let's just do a little bit of a practice round, getting the click in there, and we'll go from there. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now, this may not be the most thrilling thing ever on the face of the planet, but you gotta get to see the process. And it's good for me to do because this process continues to kick my butt on all levels and just makes me a better musician. And that I was teaching a vocal lesson today, and I was saying that to the vocalist. You have to find a feedback loop for yourself where you can listen and hear what you're doing well in singing and what you're not doing well. And I think that's very important for all of us to have that consistent feedback, and I don't mean feedback in like somebody telling you, but be able to listen to your own music and be like, all right, oh wait, I do constantly not hold those notes long enough, or I do rush while I'm playing. And that kind of stuff like just puts the pressure on you in a good way and makes you better. All right, so I feel like I can record this at 60. I'm doing MIDI in because I have some issues with my piano, so, and this is new for me as well, but I'm doing an audio backup. I don't know why, but I am. So we'll look at both of that, but we'll do a couple tracks and listen back and kind of see where I fall apart. I know there'll be a couple little issues. One thing that I like to do in the MIDI's a little finite. I like to lift my hands a little bit early. It's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Quite often I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and the little bit of slightness in there. So we'll see if it shows up. And on all these exercise videos, I'm fine just quantizing, cleaning up, and making them better. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Cool. I mean, that's pretty much it for that one. We'll do a couple more just to give myself some options. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's listen back to that and let's see if we have it, because then we don't have to like keep doing that over and over again. 3, 4. That's interesting. Why did that not come in on the downbeat? I don't know. Let's just do one more, and don't know why that's not. Like I said, this is the first of the piano. There'll be some kinks to work out. There's always kinks to work out. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, let's see if that MIDI is not being my friend. So it's skipping that first beat. So I have some things to learn about MIDI. I had to do some research right before we started because I never did multi-track editing with multi-comps, I should say. Comps in Logic with this. So I don't know why it's not keeping that first note. So we'll listen to the first take. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So let's listen. Actually, we'll just ignore the fact that this first one doesn't have that first beat on there, and we'll just listen to it. I kind of think I know why it's not doing that right, and probably can fix it. Okay, so for an exercise video, that's more than fine. I'm guessing I need to play it like the beginning. I think it hears my first note and thinks that it's like, I don't know, not a first note. We'll do some experimenting. So let's do, now we're going to do the full, what actually is played in the song. Still that slower tempo. All right, so let's see if we can fix that not recording part. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So I'm guessing if I hit, that'll trigger it and it'll start. 2, 3, 4. So I quite often rush those eighth notes, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So, like, if I wasn't doing this live, I'd be sitting here for 5 minutes just counting that through. And so I'm going to do that a minute. record a couple of them anyway. And 2 and 3. Yeah, I just really need to tighten up that 8th note. This kind of is my warm-up to do these recordings anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, now let's see if I can do that without counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... That'll be fun to watch in the MIDI later. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. All right. One, 2, 3, 4. So, some screw ups there. Let's do another one. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So probably not perfect on any of those. Let's just listen back, see where we're at. So just rushing it. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ba-da. All right, we'll do a couple more. 2, 3, 4 and 3, 4. Let's try the full speed tempo, and we'll go back to the easier exercise. I'm sure I got something that's probably it. And I know this says medium, but that is full speed. Well, actually, is it at 85? Yeah, okay. So back to the simpler one. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, ba-da-da. Okay. Should jump right in and record these. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. feel more comfortable with that tempo, but you should be able to play it at either. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this isn't that one. Hopefully that was it. A little flammy there. That's good enough. You know, I always say you got to pick your battles on like what you're trying to perfect. These should be good. These should be decent. They don't need to be perfect because you can, especially with MIDI, I can move stuff a little bit if I want to. It's more about getting an exercise video out for my students and just for our website. It's more important than really stressing and making sure this is perfect. You know, down the road, I want to be able to play anything that I want perfect or close to perfect. We're just not there yet. All right. So full speed on the... the one thing I heard in the other one that I didn't love is a little bit of dynamics, a little bit of an accent on the da-da, and I want to keep it more, everything sounding the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Felt okay about that. Well, do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's listen back. Be nice if we were done. This would be 2 short videos today, which totally fine. Sometimes my drum videos become hour-long sessions, which I just need that amount of time to get a part down. Ah, crappy McCrapperson. I guess I didn't play that downbeat on that first one, or that last one. That is good enough for what we're doing. I used to work at a church long time ago. A lot of people don't know that about me, and I kind of keep that a secret. But a thing that we used to say at church was good enough for church work. And I think that's kind of a philosophy I need to take here. I don't know if it's always a good thing to say, and it's been a long time since I've been in a church. I don't think I'm legally... Never mind. It's good enough for what we're trying to do, right? Like these lesson videos, they're loop videos. They're supposed to be tight, so I'll quantize everything anyway. Because I don't want a kid to play over and over again with a sloppy idea. I want this to be just tight on the metronome, and then he can adhere to it. But I you know, my ambition is not to become the best free falling piano player. My ambition is to continue to grow as a piano player. So for these videos, I could slave over these. I could just really spend my hours on these, but it makes more sense for me to be like, all right, yeah, I'm a little sloppy on this. I got to work on my eighth notes. Let's see what next song is. Now, if I get 10 songs down the road and I haven't adhered to better timing, then then it makes sense to like, all right, like reset the basis of what you're working on, what you're learning, and make that your priority. It's figuring out what you want your practice to be. Right now, I want to get this done so I can go meet my friend for pizza and have a beer and do more of these. So we'll just kind of keep on leveling up. I think we're going to do another Tom Petty free falling. No, not free falling, learning to fly. Kind of has another easy idea on piano. So it'll be kind of a good one for me to just level up a little bit. But actually, the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be focusing on guitar more than anything else because I have some guitar stuff I want to get done. So anyway, thanks for checking us out. I'll get these loop videos done in the next week or so. If you guys want to become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com, you get sheet music. You can support us making more content like this. And yeah, we'll write the songs you guys want us to learn, or you guys want from us. All right, you guys have a good rest of your night.